So this is the sit slump test for the lumbar spine, and what we're looking for is asymmetry of right and left facet joints that will show themselves as a difference in depth. So there'll be a relative rotation occurring. I'm going to start at L5 by finding PSIS's, and the same way I found the sacral base by angling down and in, I'm going to angle up and in. And I can kind of feel that L5S1 joint space here, so I'm just going to work my way right onto L5. And technically you're supposed to be on the transverse processes, but I'm probably more likely on the lamina. Can't really get on L5 transverse processes, so I'm a little too medial for that. But I'm on a bony prominence of L5 where I can find symmetry, and I'm going to ask you to slump down. And I want to maintain the same purchase and sit up tall. And so in this case, there is a slight right rotation, so it's slightly shallow on the right in extension, and slump down, and it stays slightly shallow on the right in flexion. And when I spring, sit up tall, at each there's no really significant difference. So there's either a difference in how much soft tissue I have under my finger, maybe a slight bony difference, but this is not a positive test because the asymmetry remained the same through flexion and extension. I would then go up to L4 and find the L4 level and do the same thing. Slump down and sit up tall. Good. Slump, and I can spring and sit up tall and spring. And I can do that at each level. Slump down and sit up tall. And at this level there is, can you sit up even taller? I want to get full extension. Slump down. So on the left side there's a slight restriction in flexion because this left side becomes more shallow in flexion and has a little bit of a harder end feel to it. Sit up tall, and now both sides become symmetrical and the spring is symmetrical.